John Emmons' voice. That's the best one.
Welcome to the AMLoB Podcast, y'all. You know, it's me and Crips.
What's going on?
So we got so yeah, we're good. We're in here. We're gonna probably discuss some power rankings. It'll be very interesting this time because we don't necessarily have them in front of us. So
if y'all thought I said some dumb shit before, just wait. Just wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be live debate on the pod. Anybody that wants to come on, you're more than welcome. Yeah,
Jay, can I stop you for half a second real
Go
quick?
ahead.
Side note. Daniel Jones in this league runs a 4.140. Or 5.1. Daniel Jones from Duke runs a 5.140.
Oh. Well, I'm all for Duke slander, so
I know you're all. I figured you would enjoy that a little bit with your Duke hatred and everything, but even you got to admit that's a little asinine.
I'm all for the Duke slander.
Irv Smith runs a 4.9.
Yeah, okay. I'm all for the Duke slander. So,
all right, now back to a real note.
Yes, so yeah, we're going to power rankings. Like I said, if anybody wants to come on, more than welcome. It's just me and Crips for right now, as far as I know. And yeah, so, but yeah, number one, I think me and Crips both agreed just by how he ended the season. Probably we're both going with Bishes at 1.
Wait, I thought we were going Levi at 1. What?
What? The guy that beat both Bishes and Josh.
Yeah, he's number 1, man. Number one. Okay, no, but for real though.
Nah, but
I can't for real. Yeah, Bishes is number 1. I don't think there's any debate to it.
Yeah, we have Bishes at 1. He definitely had a very impressive run to end the season. 3 wins against the NFC South, a win against Josh, and
an uninstallation of Madden.
Yeah.
Forced.
So I mean,
as you all heard here live on the podcast last week.
Yeah, he made Crips retire for a day and a half. So
it's more impressive than it sounds.
He made Crips retire for a day and a half. But
oh my god,
this is one of those rare moments where even though Bishes is 13-3, that what I'm saying, as opposed to Pook's very impressive 15-1.
Honestly, it doesn't even hold water in my opinion with how Bishes finished the season. Pook can argue it all he wants, but
it's that last stretch, because in the last since week 11, he beat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams that were in playoff contention. So, I mean,
that's impressive.
That's crazy. And I mean, he swept the only division that had 4 teams that were above 500 as well. So,
did we all finish? I think we all finished above 500, didn't we?
Yes.
Falcons was
in
last
place and 9-7. Yep.
Yes, which probably would have been higher had the Falcons not taken 3 forced losses in the season because the previous user got busted running customs and said, "I'm out of here."
Probably would have been 4-10. Probably would have been 4-10-6 finishes. Probably.
That would be my guess.
But
Connor was 9-7.
Connor was 9-7 too.
I believe he was. Yeah, they were about 9-7 at the end. I believe.
Oh, okay. But
either way, this is we're getting division. This is what happens when you have the only 2 commissions or the 2 NFC South guys. We want to just talk about ourselves.
But yeah. So this is at 2.
That's what I want to get into. I think we might have a little bit of a disagreement here.
At 2, I got Poop.
Oh, okay. We do have a little bit. I got Josh at 2. I got Josh at 2.
Okay, so my thinking for Pook at 2, again, 15-1. I mean, you can't really 15-1, and not only was it 15-1, it was a dominant 15-1.
Oh, it was.
So
It was. When I have
mean,
him at 2, it's not like a knock against him per se. It's more so. Well, he's had one season where he's had sustained playoff success. Josh has made it to the championship game every year.
Yeah, but I mean, we're going into regular season though.
I agree, but I mean, we're into regular season, going into the playoffs. Of who I would trust more in the playoffs, that's how I going right now. Who I would trust more to win, I would take Josh over Pook. Considering how they've both played now and how they typically both play going into the playoffs, I would take Josh over Pook right now, despite Pook's 15-1 record, because I think just in general, he's got a more. I think he's been more consistent in December and in January, if we want to use the real football allegory terms here.
Yeah, I mean, I can see what you're saying. I just feel like if I could see if it was a 15-1 where, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of close games, a lot of games that he should have put up a lot and he didn't, but he definitely made that 15-1 look very, very dominant. So
he did. It was a very good 15-1.
So I can't really. So for me, that in itself is what puts him at number 2 in my opinion.
And I understand that. I mean, and again, yeah, it was a very impressive 15-1, and I don't. When I have him below Josh, it's not out of I just fucking hate Pook. He needs to fucking he fucking sucks, man.
Let Pook tell it right now. That's how you feel.
I mean, you know, I wouldn't have an issue fucking calling him out if I felt like it needed calling out. It's just, I think in general, his lackluster consistency in December and in January. It always comes back of, and he has his spurts, he has his year or two. He had a year or two last cycle where he did well as also. But, I mean, he's in the same boat as me and Emmons and Snippy and all of us that are just we might have a year or two in the playoffs where we look good and the rest of the time we're fucking ass. So, I mean, and I kind of, all of us are kind of in that same fucking boat, and it's.
Hold up, you out? What happened? Okay, then I was gonna
say cut out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's just, it is tough for me to ration out that over Josh, who at this point, Josh to me is almost it's the fucking Patriots. It's that same kind of, it's 3 seasons, but relative to the cycle over what the Pats are, he's been so consistently dominant that even he's fallen off a little bit, air quotes. Oh no, he's 13-3 instead of 15-1. Oh no. I'll take that level of high end consistency in terms of where I would value both going into the playoffs. And it's not anything against Pook per se. He just needs to get good a little bit, but inherently it's not anything against him.
Okay. I mean, I can rock with that. So I guess we discussed 2 and 3. So this is where it gets
I need to pull records up for this because I gotta go look at shit now.
This is where it's gonna get pretty different. And at 4,
Pook, hold up, no, UCF is not national champions, and your conversion therapy fucking logic for that shit can go suck a cock, man.
Oh,
you didn't beat Josh with Brock Osweiler. You beat Levi, who was 5-11 with Brock Osweiler.
Oh no.
So, no, fucking Chancellor Palpatine, no. I mean, no, you did not beat Josh. That the transitive property might work in mathematics. It doesn't work in sports. And you can suck UCF cock all the way till you ride home if that's what you want to do, but no. Now, with that being said, go ahead. Who did you have it for?
At four, I'm going with Cineo. Just how he ended up finishing the season wasn't quite the level he was at before, but you know what I'm saying, it was a tough stretch down there, and he still finished out 12-4.
And it should be noted too, in his game against me, he lost Dak Prescott on like the fourth play of the game.
Yeah,
and at that point, he was kind of, it seemed like he was more just trying to get out of the game at that point, and so it didn't necessarily bode well. He knew he had the 1 seed locked up. I think he was just trying to get out of there. So,
and and I mean that's you know that's one of the big things is he definitely took.
You're up, by the way.
Yeah. That's ugly. But yeah, he definitely took that team and made it into, you know, a contender. He ended up with the 1 seed in the NFC. So I mean,
oh yeah, no, what he's done. You want to talk about what people have done with more, with less? It's crazy what he's done with that roster coming in after Shank. Just I'm trying to think of something that's just not a complete fucking just out of my ass way to describe what he did to that team. But it was illegal in 52 states what he did to that team.
Yeah.
I mean, so kudos to Cineo coming in and just in a very short time span turning that team around, and you know, sack numbers, questionable as they may be or not aside, and I mean, as much as I want to joke about it, I did play him. It wasn't really, I didn't notice anything. Granted, Ryan Ramczyk spent most of the game blocking Shaquem Griffin, so I don't know, maybe Ryan Ramczyk is just a fucking god, but I didn't notice really anything too suspect. So, and I would have no issue calling someone out if I did. But no, he's had a great season. And yeah, I think that I actually agree with you. I think he's the fourth best guy.
Yeah. So we have Cineo at 4. At 5,
ooh,
his division mate. I go with his division mate, Chan.
You're going with Chan at 5.
Going with Chan at 5.
Oh, you're going with my opponent.
Yeah.
Tell me about my opponent while I figure out who I am.
Well, I mean, Chan was definitely impressive. He smacked me up. So I mean, definitely ended up 12-4.
Connor was 10-6, by the way. I was wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure everybody had finished 10-6 with the exception of him. But yeah, I mean, going 4-2 in such a tough division,
it's impressive.
I mean, it's a really impressive thing to do. So,
I mean, I guess the one thing that kind of with that division, granted, they play such a tough division such a tough division. It's tough, but they do. Him and whoever finishes third out of the 3 of them does play a third place schedule in the rest of the conference, which does kind of help balance some out. I think he finished third last year. I think was he second? Was Cineo third, or who did?
Actually, no. Yeah, Cineo was first. Chan was second. And Suff was third.
Okay.
Suff was third.
Okay. So,
and I remember that because he missed the playoffs.
That's right. He did. That's right. You and him both. No. Yeah, no, you made it in and over him. You had him at the last spot because he lost that game at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is how we think through things, guys. This is what it looks like when we're doing this on the fly. I've scrolled through all the teams about 5 times trying to find the Rams. Okay. Here we go. He started really well the year. I mean, and I don't even think that's really disputed. He only had 1 loss before his week 8 bye, and it was a 1-point loss to Suff, who he then turned around 2 weeks later and blew his ass out of the water, spread the cheeks like the fucking Red Sea. 41-3. I mean, there was no miracle comeback for that one. It was GG no re. I mean, but then he also lost to Austin by 31 the next week, and that didn't look all that impressive. And he lost two close, tough ones down the stretch. Granted, one of them was a forced loss, and he got a forced win in week 17. But his internet being what it is, too. Not that necessarily factors into how anything ranks, but I think it does kind of explain why the games were forced the way that they were. But he's had a really good year. Looking at it right now, I think I'm between him and, surprisingly for me, I can't believe I might be about to say this. Am I really? No, I can't do it. No, he's 4. I can't put Roger over him. I can't. Roger won 7 out of his last 8 games, but he played the Bengals, the Steelers, lost to Pook, played the Raiders, the Steelers again, the Bears, the Lions, and the Chargers. So he's got some good wins. He's got a couple good wins on there, but just comparing it to... Actually, no, fuck it. No, Rodgers at 4. Roger went 7. Roger went 7-1 down the stretch. Fuck it. He went 7-1 down the stretch. He beat Austin by 14, which is impressive. In my eyes, that's about as an impressive win as he could have, considering that schedule, except for beating Pook, which pretty much nobody did this year. And Chan, he blew you out and then lost to Cineo the next week in what was granted a close game. It's tough to factor it's tough to know what would have happened in the game against Josh because they didn't play. But, I mean, he also lost to Austin. He had 1 good win down the stretch. After he blew stuff out in week 10, his remaining wins were against the Texans, the Lions, and you. And then a forced win. And that game against the Lions was actually a fair sim. So he beat you and he beat Levi. I mean, it's close for me, but it's just... I think it's tough, and as much as I am anti-Roger being high because he's just inconsistent, but I'm doing it. I'm putting Roger above him. It's close, but I'm doing it because fuck it, why not?
I just can't see Roger being there because I mean, in playing in. Especially going in that NFC West, you're going 4-2. He had to play. Now, granted, it would have been the game against Josh probably would have decided a little bit more for me. But I mean, to me, like the 7 of 8 that he won down the stretch is kind of like I'm not that quite as impressed with it.
Neither one of them, honestly, down the stretch was very impressive. Is my only thing. He blew you out, which was important, which was, I think, big. But to match that, Roger also beat Austin by 2 scores as well, which is also impressive. And I don't think either one of them beyond that really had another impressive win on their resume. And so I'm leaning with Rodgers because he at least won his games.
Yeah, I can see it. It's just that when you win 7 of 8 and you're going and you have in the only team that he faced that was 500 or better. There's only 3 teams that he faced that were 500 or better. And one of those he got smacked in. And then the other 2, is one is 8-8, and then you have Austin who went 10-6. But I mean, he was. I'm pretty sure that was either right before he came back from vacation or right after he came back from vacation. I can't remember which one, but yeah. So I don't know. I can see where the debate will be, but
yeah, I mean, like I said, it's close for me. They're both 2 really solid teams. I'm going with my gut with it. Fuck it, I'm going with my gut. I can't believe I'm saying that, but fuck it, I'm going with my gut.
That's understandable. So, I mean, I think that covered what, 5 and 6. So,
yes, I believe it does.
On to 7, which this is where it gets really interesting. Where I have my division mate, Crips, finishing 11-5. It's like.
Ooh. I know I'm gonna disagree with you on that one.
That's
for the first time ever, I might have myself lower than most people think I should be.
That's fine. I mean, for me, the thing with you with how you did, well, one, your defense was performing at an elite level. I mean, I think you finished the season top 3 in passing yards and rushing yards allowed and points allowed. So to me, the defense was phenomenal. And I mean, you beat Cineo week 17. A lot of those losses that you had, because you started the season 2-3, so to finish the season 9-2 in your last 11, that is, to me, that's about as impressive, especially whenever a lot of those are division games. So that's just my opinion on it. I think that you deserve that spot.
Well, thank you. Thank you, lad.
Like I said, defensively, you had great performances. So, I mean, that's just my thought on it.
Yeah, I mean, I was okay with how I did down the stretch. I wasn't super happy with it. I think I got lucky to make it into the playoffs, quite frankly, with the fact that Cineo's quarterback got hurt in the first quarter, and he was just kind of like, I just kind of want to get out of here at this point. And yeah. I'm just like, it still doesn't sit well with me how everything got fucked with Austin, because I shouldn't have had a first round bye, because he more than likely blows D's brakes off, because he's consistently done that. And so it is what it is. And I mean, obviously there's nothing to do there isn't really anything to do retroactively, but I think, I don't know if I'm necessarily deserving of that spot. I'm going to put the guy above that I was just talking about above me. And I'm putting Austin at 6. I think overall what he did this year with his resume, granted it is, as Evans would say, it's hard to look past a bunch of forced losses once you get so many of them, and I respect and understand that logic. But the fact that he played as well as he did in all the games he played in, and I mean, he got about as fucked out of a first round bye as I probably shouldn't go there. We're talking about teams getting fucked. I probably shouldn't go there, but no, I think he does. I think he's what he's done this season is he deserves the 6th spot, and I don't know what the fuck is going on with me. I'm being as nice as I am today, but he down the stretch, outside of that one dumbass game, he down the stretch was 6-1 by beating Chan 38-7, beat Cineo by a field goal. He lost to Roger stung him, but he also blew the brakes off of Robert. Beat Emmons. He beat Emmons again. I mean, he played well down the stretch, and he played really well earlier in the year when he beat. He beat me 19-7, and I was at home in that game, and I didn't play good as that shit, and I'm still going to put him above me since it's as close as it was because he's got that head-to-head to me, and he's had my number this year anyway, so I'm putting Austin at 6.
Okay. I mean, I can. That's 7, by the way. But
7, close enough. Close enough. Am I the only one here now?
all right, I'm back. I don't know what happened there.
I think we dropped. I dropped that too.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah. So on to number 8.
Number 8. I think I gotta have Suff at 8. I think I gotta put Suff at 8, man. He's done real solid this year, and I need to make my pick real quick. He's done real solid this year, and damn, they all fucking went just like that. Damn. Sorry. Fuck. You want to take this real quick while I try and make my pick in this league real quick? Who you got at 8?
Yeah.
All right.
Suff definitely has had an impressive season. Ending 11-5, and I mean, I know we're not counting playoffs right now, but you know, he's definitely doing this thing in the playoffs. I think he just got a big win after being down 21-0 in the first quarter. But you know, very impressive down the stretch. He had, again, in a tough division. He ended up in a very tough division. He ended up coming away 11-5. So I mean, to me, that's just about as impressive as you can do in that spot.
I'd concur with that. Is that who you're going? Is 7 is Suff?
8 Suff, yeah.
Or 8 Suff, sorry. 8. I'll get the numbers right eventually, okay? I promise I'll get them right eventually.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I got to agree with Suff at 8. You know, he's done really well this year in that division, and you know, it's hard to look past something like that, and Did you see? Did he end up winning that? Did he end up winning that game, or is it not over yet? Or
yeah, he won.
It doesn't appear to be over.
Yeah, he won. They had to run it again because I think they lagged out.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, no, that's an insane win. Not that really matters a ton in terms of this. Not that it really matters at all in terms of this, but what he's done this season. What did he do in the? I feel like I've said that 15 fucking times today. 3-3 in the division. It's not bad, but down the stretch he was in there vying in that crazy fucking wild card race, and we saw 10-6 teams miss the playoffs. And you know, he had an inconsistent start to the year, started 2-2, and he bounced back in he lost a couple games late, but he beat Cineo by 20 when it mattered. He beat D. He beat. That's not that. It's tough. You get into this point, guys have losses that you would think that they probably shouldn't have. A 6-point loss to Joe doesn't look great on his resume, but you get to this point, you're going to have a lot of splitting hairs, and that forced win in Week 17 probably most definitely helped him. But you know, I'd like to say you could give him the benefit of the doubt that he'd probably come away with that game, because when the games have mattered most this year, he seems to have pulled them out, even when he's been inconsistent otherwise. So I would put him at 8.
Yeah. I think it's a.
Sorry, 2 10 and 6 teams.
Yeah,
I thought there were 3 for a second, but no,
it's 2, 10 and 6, then 9 and 7, 9 and 7, and I believe 8 and 8 after that. But yeah, I mean, you know, Tough has always been inconsistent, but he did find a way to get it done when he needed to, because he needed that win badly Week 17, and he went and got it. So, Week 16, so and he went and got it. So, I mean, shout out to Suff at 8, going into number 9. Let's see who we have at 9. Number 9, I'm probably going with Austin, but we talked about Austin earlier, so that's my piece on that. But who do you have at 9, Crips?
At that point, I probably have to put myself. I can't. As much as I want to justify that. I still think I should probably. I still don't. It still doesn't sit well with me. I'll put myself there, I guess. I've never.
What'd you say, Chris?
1 second.
Oh. If you know, you know.
Austin's getting pissed because they're just letting the clock run on us, and so I paused the clock with 4 seconds left so I can make my pick, and now he's pissed because I paused the clock because I'm trying to go back and forth, but it's fine. Now oh, cool. I just got a 75 overall speed rusher in the 4th round. Cool. Sorry. The end of my season was inconsistent, but it was overall, I started 2-3 and losing 2 games the rest of the year, I guess is good. I felt like I should have won a couple of the 5 games I lost over the course of the season. I should have been better, but overall, I guess I can't complain about a playoff berth. Not that I am, but I'm just I started 2-3, and I think it was around when I was 2-3 when Corey jokingly said that my pick was basically a guaranteed top 20 pick, and at that point I said, well, fuck this. And so the rest of my season has just been out of spite of that comment, because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just try to make sure that Corey picks as late as possible. As dumb of fucking logic as that is, that was my logic of, let's just see how good we can do with this. Because I still regret taking that fucking corner, but it's all good. He had a solid season. He'll be a solid number 4 for me, but it's all good. Who do you have at 9?
Well, like I said, I had Austin. So
Austin.
I already talked about.
That's right. That's right. I'm losing my shit over here. At 10, this is where it gets good.
10, I'm going with Joe.
Ooh, I think this is his first top 10 of the. Is this his first top 10 ever?
Probably, but
I think it is. I know it is this cycle.
But yeah, I'm going with Joe, because I mean, just again, like that week 17 win that he had to get was big time. I mean, he came out and thumped me. So, I mean, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, as you're always saying, man, you're nowhere near an elite talent user. So
yeah. So I mean, I always tell y'all that. I say that all the time, y'all, and you refuse to believe it. I'm telling you.
I dispute it more than anybody.
I refuse to. I can't say that I'm in that conversation. But yeah. So I mean, he came out, got a big win, week 17. Even though I mean his playoff spot was pretty secure because he had already won the division, going down to like strength of victory. I think he had it was like 3 or 4 games on
Isaiah.
On Isaiah. So I mean, you know, he didn't necessarily have much to play for, but he still came out there, did well.
I was happy for him. I sent him I shot him a message as soon as we advanced. I said, "Man, I'm rooting for you this week. I need you to pull this one out." He said, "I'll do my best," and I was very happy when he did his damnedest and helped me win that division.
Yeah, so
that's what, especially with Suff getting that forced win, that's exactly what I needed. Oh God.
Yeah, Suff getting that forced win kind of was a little off, but it's okay. We couldn't find a Falcons user in time. It is what it is. But yeah. So I mean, he definitely did well. He had a solid season.
Yeah, no, he
of course
did.
The NFC in general is a tough conference, and he figured his way around it. So
yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to hop back and forth and not get my picks fucking simmed. My notifications, so. But I can't. That's the third time I've hopped over and I've got 3 seconds left to pick, and I'm like, oh, cool. Because I'm trying to like pull up schedules and stuff, and so I don't have my phone like right in front of me.
Yeah.
Who else is 10? He was 10-6, and it was obviously
we already mentioned you, Roger. We already mentioned you.
Oh, is Roger complaining that he's not in the top 10?
Yep. I should have just told him he wasn't in the top 10.
Roger, you're at 13.
And made him go back and watch this thing. But
no, I think Joe has got to be. Joe is well deservedly in the top 10, and I wanted to double check to make sure that I wasn't missing somebody. But yeah, Joe deservedly is in the top 10 in my opinion. He's had a great season, and you know, I think Connor has an argument here, and quite frankly, I'm between the two of y'all right now at 11 and 12. Not that matters for the sake of this podcast, but I think I would take both of y'all over the other two division winners in the AFC. But that's neither here nor there. Fucking 8 and 8. I mean, 2 fucking divisions, but whatever. No, but Joe down the stretch going 5 and 1. Key wins against Suff, against Connor, against you. Granted, he lost by 3 to Tyler as I'm sitting here talking shit about the AFC West division winner. Beat Corey, although that's not that impressive either. Never mind. No, but he started the year 4 and 4, and then pulled his shit together and made it. And I think it was really impressive considering Isaiah also started 6 and 2, and yeah, I mean, and them him being able to trade wins with him late in the season was huge.
Yeah.
So I completely agree. I think Joe is well deserving of what I believe is his first top
top 10 ranking.
First top 10 ranking. I think he's well deserved of it. It's been a great year for him. And yeah, that would be your very hodgepodge fucking top 10, everybody. That's exactly what this fucking's been.
I mean, well, the thing is, like, I mean, especially with how tough the league is, and with how close a lot of these records are and a lot of the schedules and stuff are, it's tough to really like.
It's tough to evaluate and to win in general. Together. Everything's fucking tough about it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's so.
I don't know what else to say. It's just like, damn, it's just everything's fucking tough here.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you that real feel. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. It's realistic. It's very realistic to, you know, how things play out IRL to where, you know, you have sometimes division leaders, you know, struggling down the stretch, or you have a team like, you know, like I did, or you have a team like, you know, like Tyler, where he took a team from 2-7 to 8-8.
That was
in the division.
You know what? I probably would put Tyler at 11. He's as much as I want to crap on that record, he took over that team and dominated down the stretch with what is easily the worst roster in this league. And oh my God, Hunter Renfrow has 83 speed. Ew. Sorry.
So yeah, but I mean, to me, that's what makes the league fun, is that we have everybody in here, you know, making moves, and it just gives that real authentic feel to how the season is going, stuff. So yeah, that's all we really got for the top 10.
It's been a great year. Great season. You get kudos to everybody, and once again, it's just y'all. Everyone here is what makes this league what it is. I mean, that's just straight facts. Everyone here is what makes this league what it is, and the consistency and everything. And it's been another great year. I can't believe the activity is what it is, because I don't know another league where it is, where you've gotten we're in fucking almost in February, and 2 weeks ago we had a week where we advanced in 36 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And it should have been 18, but we had one game that was like 36 hours.
Yeah.
But that's just fucking, it's insane. And it's because of everyone in this league, because of the activity and everything else. And that's a hill I will die on, that it's everyone in this league that makes this league what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so that's our top 10, everyone. I guess we'll catch y'all the next time around, which will probably be a draft day podcast. So, if we can make it happen, depends on, and we will also be doing rule changes and stuff, talking about that over the next few days too. So if you have any that you would like to present, just bring them to us, and we will see if we can put them in.
Yeah, y'all have a good one, man. All of y'all have a great evening, and fuck Madden, am I right?
Yeah. All right, y'all.